All right.
Hey, good to see you guys. Welcome to Madam Mayor's Adventures.
Live at 5.
Live at 5, and here we go. So we got a lot of questions. We took a lot of notes. Lots of notes.
Okay. Wants to read my chicken scratch. Thank you so much.
So what we kind of want to do is just go over all your questions because we're getting a lot of fans and we love the support we're getting from you guys.
Thank you. It's so nice when we
Appreciate
get
it.
to meet everybody. We've had so much fun over the years. And after years of everybody saying start a channel, we did. So it's been fun so far. And we're
Yeah.
glad we get to share this journey with everybody. So much fun.
So the meeting last night was a little crazy.
Oh my gosh, that was
crazy.
insane. Insane. I
Yeah.
had this knot in my stomach on the way there, just in anticipation of who was going to show up, what kind of shenanigans were going to happen. Just, it's just craziness. And when you care so much about a place and you see what's going on, it just makes you sick to your stomach. So first we'll back up a little bit because I know people had some questions at least last week and we haven't gotten to them yet. So we'll just do a quick overview of that. I know a lot of people by now may already know the answers to these questions, but we're just going to debunk them real quick here. Debunk. So everybody wanted to know if that was Jeremy's truck at the closing. Absolutely no. It was not Jeremy's truck. Totally different makes.
In fact, that truck belonged to the agent that came down to do the closing, the broker. That was the broker's truck. He came from Tallahassee for the closing.
Quite a drive. Then another question that was asked was, did Jeremy buy the campground?
No.
Nope. Wasn't Jeremy.
Wasn't Jeremy.
Another question was, did Zim buy the campground? No.
No.
He has his hands full already.
Yes, he does.
So, and then someone asked if Travis from What You Do in Willis bought the campground. No. So, and then who did buy the campground?
Ah, glad you asked.
So who bought the campground was a lovely couple, Janelle and Rex, and they have their son-in-law doing maintenance there, and I'm so happy they have such big visions for the campground. So they're going to carry on what we started and make it even better. So we can't wait to see what they do with the campground. They're great people. It's so nice to have somebody good taking over. I'm so happy for that. So Otter Creek's just got some great new residents. I'm so happy for them. They just painted the sign new colors, love the colors, love what they're doing. And we just want to support them and keep them in our prayers. And we want the campground to do well.
To thrive,
I mean, that's what you do. You cheer people on and you do good and pass it forward, pay it forward. Mm-hmm. Everybody should do that.
The campground was good to us. We feel God blessed us with the campground and the opportunity it gave us.
Yeah.
And when you're blessed, you're supposed to share those blessings with others.
That's right.
And so when you do that, you get your blessings back 10 times. Yeah. That's
well, God blesses you so that you can bless others, and that's the way it should be.
That's how it works.
So if you don't feel good doing that, you better check yourself. All right, so moving on, was there anything else about the campground?
I don't think so.
No, okay, so that's it, and everybody just keep praying for them and Otter Creek in general.
Yep.
Let's see, another funny question. Are you taking Lynette with you?
Lynette?
Hails, no. Lie not.
Lie not. Not for Mott, lie not.
Okay, what's another one? Is it true that you're moving into Jeremy's garage and are going to be managing his business empire? I don't know who the Hales comes up with this stuff, but that's
Florida,
quite funny.
The Hales don't have a garage. They have a lean-to barn shed kind of thing, but
So,
not really a garage.
and I'm pretty sure there's not room for us in Jeremy's garage.
No.
My guess is he has a full garage, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Um, let's see.
Well,
Now
I
that,
heard one today saying he got arrested.
oh my goodness.
Arrested for what?
He has not done
For
anything
what?
wrong.
What
so
has he done?
that would just be crazy. Yep, someone's asking you the question that I was just gonna answer. Oh, look, Otter Creek really
Thanks,
missing
Timothy.
you. Oh, that's so sweet. The question I was just gonna cover was, how did we meet and how long have we been married? Well, we did meet in Otter Creek.
Hey, Australia.
I was working at the post office in Otter Creek, and that's how we met while I was working there. And Brett already owned the campground. And we've been married for this year, will be our 4th year of marriage. We'll be celebrating our 4th anniversary. So it's not been that long. We did a lot of work on the campground in a very short time. And like I said before, I wish we would have had pictures of how it looked when we got it to what it looks like now, because we did a lot.
We did. A lot has happened.
Yeah. So it's been quite a wild ride.
Yeah.
And we got married in the Otter Creek Baptist Church.
Yeah, we did. And
There's
baptized.
a little, yeah,
And
we got baptized at that church as well.
We did.
So
we have the paperwork to prove it.
Yeah. So, so we have a little bit of Otter Creek in our history here. So there's always going to be a part of Otter Creek in our hearts, because we do love that town. There's some great people there.
Yes.
And there's going to be a lot of things we miss about the town, mostly some people. And we'll just keep praying for it, because it could be really great if they get it together.
Yeah. There's only like maybe a handful of people that are making Otter Creek miserable.
Yep.
There's only like, and you saw a lot of them on display last night in the meeting.
Yep. There's definitely more good people there.
There's more
than
good
bad
people than bad.
there.
And they're all following.
Oh, thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you all for kind of staying with us, staying with the Hales, picking out who the good people are, and seeing who the bad characters are. They're really coming to light. These bad characters, they're outplaying their hand, I think, and they're getting called out.
Yep. We started something when we moved there, and good people are continuing to move there and keeping everything going in a forward motion. And God is doing work in Otter Creek, and He's still doing it. And yes, we will be back to visit. We'll be back for Christmas in the creek. Who knows when we'll be popping in there? Absolutely.
Hey, we have some road trips planned. We're doing a little 2-night, 3-day excursion here in Central Florida. We are making some videos, and we'll put those up for you.
Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you, Rocky, for the 2. And right now we just kind of wanted to do a live because we saw an opportunity to answer a lot of these questions. Thanks, Tricky, for the live for the 2. And sometimes it's easier to just answer these questions, and I think it's a lot more personable if we can do it this way.
Yeah, I love getting to talk to everybody.
Texting out to 2,000 different people, 15,000.
I know sometimes it's hard to answer all the questions, so
we can just knock them all out. Thank you, DDAA, for the 2.
Let's see what else.
If we miss your screen scrolls, it scrolls really fast.
Yeah, we're trying to keep up.
We're trying to keep up with that. But we want to get to these questions because this is what most of you guys are asking. Then at the end, we'll get to your questions live right here. We'll answer your questions.
Okay, another one was, why did I resign from Otter Creek? Well, the Form 6 is the main reason I resigned. I wasn't about to fill out all that information, and there is a lawsuit going right now because I heard over 173 people in the state of Florida resigned. It's a terrible thing they did. They had a Form 1 before. Now they went to the Form 6. The Form 1 was too vague. The Form 6 is too intrusive. So they need to revamp it and go somewhere in the middle. They did need something more than the Form 1, I agree. But I don't think they took all that into account.
No.
I mean, they're asking people to put a lot of things. Thank you, Michelle,
Michelle,
who called the police last night. She asked. I'm really not sure who called them,
not sure either.
um, but they were a little late getting there. That's for sure.
Yes, and what we heard. Thanks, Kathy, for the 5. What we heard is they were late getting there because they're short staffed. They had 3 police officers quit recently,
And there was also a shooting
and there was
somewhere.
also a shooting somewhere in the county, so they all were on that.
But we'll talk more about that in the minute.
Correct.
You know, I just want to finish up with this one question. Um, so not only that with the Form 6, but this opportunity with selling the campground happened really quick and everything lined up. So we just said, why not? Let's do this and move. Thank you.
Torque for the 2. Thank you.
What is rent like there? It's pretty good, especially if you stay at the Shady Oaks campground.
Yeah.
But it is a nice area, nice and quiet. But all the opportunities seem to line up what was going on, and sometimes you're put somewhere. Thank you, Maxie.
Thank you.
Would you ever cut your hair and donate it? Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I have had short hair before. I'll have to share some pictures with you. It's been about 8 to 10 years, but my hair was like this 8 to 10 years ago.
You need to leave enough to pull on.
Hey. So what else? Now you made me lose my whole train.
Lost your mind.
So someone else said, what happened to Zim? Right now he's the acting mayor. I'm not sure exactly what else they would have meant by that. So he's still there. He's the acting mayor. I'm praying for him. I know it's really hard when you're in a position with people that have wrong motives going after you for things that don't exist. He's doing everything by the book. He's trying to make Otter Creek a better place. You have to have growth. You want guided growth. And that's what we were trying to do with the town. You know, building the campground, making it nicer.
Thanks, Mike, for the
Thanks,
20.
Mike.
Wow, thank
That's
you.
so sweet.
Very sweet.
Um,
Another thing, let me try to give you a little insight.
are you taking Russ with you?
No, ain't no Russ.
Ugh.
That's the cuss. So, what I want to explain a little more about Zim's personality. He's not real good at public speaking, but he's very knowledgeable in construction, industry, plumbing.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Oma, for the 20. Great.
Thank you, Oma. Oh.
He has a lot of knowledge. His public speaking is not his strong suit, but he'll get better with it.
He
with
will.
Practice.
Yep.
It takes practice.
I mean, I'm not the best either.
No, I'm not.
But
yeah, but
practice,
here we are. We're doing it, right?
Anything you do, practice,
this
practice,
is all
practice. So,
Oh, we want to talk about the cameras last night. You know.
oh
we
my
had
gosh.
some funky things
So
going
anyway,
on.
that was one of the
So-
comments back here, but you're jumping pages.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just go to that page because I
Okay.
can flip pages. Okay, so
I'll let her explain. She was doing
someone
the
said the camera person needs to be fired. I'll gladly,
no,
I'll
not.
gladly be fired.
No,
You
no.
can have this
No, I
job.
don't want it.
So that was a complete and utter mess, and I apologize to everybody, and I thank you for your patience. And so we're newbies, hey.
Hey,
So we'll get better each time. But my phone needed to be reset, and
completely reset.
once I finally completely
Thanks,
reset
S
it,
for the
thank
2.
you. We love you too.
Thanks,
Thank you.
5, Candace. Thank you.
But yeah, it needed to be completely reset, and I finally figured that out. So next time will be much better, and maybe
Yeah.
even Brett will do it. Hey.
You got to train me. Train the trainer.
So I just appreciate everybody's patience.
Hey, it's working better today, right?
Oh yeah. See,
But there's a lot going on. When
we're
you're
a
trying
quick
to do,
study.
Trying to do the phone, it was getting
Yeah.
dark, and people are talking around you, and there's a
Yeah.
lot, you don't want to miss stuff. So yeah, it was a mess. So I
Maybe
went
we
up-
should have watched a YouTube video about
Yeah.
how to do a live.
Right.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Thanks for the £3. So
Oh, and Brett was the one filming by the front door. Somebody
yeah.
had asked that who that was standing by the door filming. Brett started filming on the Facebook page when my phone was misbehaving.
So we would have some kind of backup.
Yeah, we were trying. So
Right.
again,
'Cause
thank you for your patience.
if the YouTube didn't work on her phone, then I at least had the Facebook page, and then after the meeting was over, we could edit it, copy it, send it over to the YouTube page, and get it posted. But fortunately, you got your phone working. I think you may have lost 10 minutes in there.
Yeah.
But the rest worked fine,
and next time will
so
be
next
better.
time will be better. Woo!
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Reed.
you for the 20.
What else?
What else we got?
Oh,
some
goodness.
notes.
Okay, let me check the notes. Okay, someone was asking what was LP referring to when she said she was cheated out of a position. We can only speculate as to what she meant. We're not really sure. I did hear that she had
Thank you, Sonia, for the 2.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Harriet.
Thanks, Harriet, for the 5.
I did hear that she put in during the qualifying and then she pulled it. So I don't know how she was calling Belinda a liar, which was way out of line. Belinda is nothing but helpful, and I don't know what she expected, to walk in there and have other people fill out her paperwork for her. I don't really know. I wasn't there, so again, I can only speculate. But from what I know, is that she usually does have people help her fill out the paperwork. I previously helped her fill out the paperwork.
Wanted us to print it for her, bring
bring
it
for her, do everything. It's never good enough. There's always a complaint. So I think that was way out of line, the behavior with Belinda. But Belinda is the sweetest lady. You are correct, and she handles things like a pro.
Yeah, she did good last
and
night.
I'm proud of her.
Proud
and
of her
she
last
deals
night.
with a lot of stuff from a lot of people.
Thank
Wyatt,
you,
Wyatt.
Wyatt Earp.
I love it. So go, Belinda. We're supporting you and just proud of you for all you're putting up with and doing. And she deserves to be respected. So I hope in the future. Oh, thank you. Now I want some soup. Soup freak.
Make some soup.
But she deserves respect, and I hope in the future she gets that. So she's always in my prayers as well. I do miss working with her. So, and I know another thing people were asking was about Dawn and Russell's behavior at the meeting. Can they be booted for walking out? Unfortunately, I don't believe they can be booted. And I know if you miss more than 2 meetings, you don't get paid. I certainly don't think you should get paid at all if you miss any meetings. If you weren't there, why would you get paid? If you walked out, why would you get paid? But those are my personal beliefs. And unfortunately, those ordinances absolutely need to be rewrote. They are old and outdated.
They are.
So, and I think only the governor would be the one to remove somebody after they've missed 3 meetings.
Now, I was talking to Zim a little bit coming out, and he did say that there are some things he can do, but it all has to get reported to the governor's office, and then getting something back from the governor's office
is really hard. I mean, you're waiting for a long time for them to do different things. Thank you, Deborah. And they're just not doing things in a timely fashion. Then you had the governor running around the country for the presidency, so I'm sure that put a lot of things on hold. So hopefully they'll look into those things more, because to be honest with you, I think there needs to be some competency testing for the people to be on the board. It's almost the same as what's going on in our country as a whole as to what's going in Otter Creek, just on a smaller level. But there's the competency issues are ridiculous.
Even when we first came to Otter Creek and you start talking to some of the contractors that work in the county, they all kind of will tell you, kind of reading between the lines, they will tell you that, hey, yeah, it's a good old boy system. It's all about who you know. And you got so tired of hearing that.
And it's not acceptable.
Right.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
hard to read all the
We're
comments. They're
trying to read
flying
the
so
comments,
fast.
and they
Is
scroll
Laura
away.
Mott kin to Russell?
No.
No. She's just a puppet.
Yeah.
And he seems to control her very well.
Russell's the
From what
puppet
I've
master,
seen.
and I really don't understand why these people fear him or listen to him.
I don't get it at all.
I don't get it.
I mean, there's some
don't get
great
it.
people in that town. I hope they start standing up for the town. I'm so proud of Carl and Joseph for getting the seats. They're going to be good for the town. They
Yes.
want good for the town. It's going to be great changes in store. I'll continue to pray for them. People definitely say that he must have dirt on these people and that's why he can control them. I see that in the comments. I've heard that for years. And maybe he does. From the different stories I've heard throughout the years about the things he does, and he tries to get people to go along to do with him. It's sick. And I would hope that people don't do those things, but I honestly don't know if he does have dirt on them or not. I think it's ridiculous why anybody would go along with these things.
Yeah.
You have to do the right thing. And that's what I try to do. And I try to let people know that they should stand up for themselves. Some people felt that maybe they weren't smart enough to be on the board, and they absolutely are. And I always let them know that I want to hear what people have to say. During public comment, I gave time for people to speak because it's everybody's right to be heard, whether I agree with you or not, as long as you're being respectful in what you're saying and not getting out of control. Yes, you have those minutes to hear what's going on. I mean, I ask people to respectfully watch their language, but if they start cussing, they start cussing. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. But, you know, they have a right to be heard. And I would want to be heard when I'm on that side. And it was upsetting. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
It was upsetting when I wasn't on that side and the meetings would get shut down during comment and we were asking Russell questions. No, Gail was not there last night.
No.
Russell would end the meeting. You weren't allowed to talk. You're not allowed to question him.
He shut
that's ridiculous.
Down.
Like a dictator.
Yeah, he'd shut it down and say, sue us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, someone came into town.
You
did one more person wrong that shouldn't have been done wrong, and he decided to take some action.
I'm at a loss for how he was on the council for so many years.
I don't get it.
Thank you, Misty.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Juliet. So sweet. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Oh, someone else said, aren't I glad I'm out of the insanity? I am glad that I am out of that mess. It was very stressful. I am sad to see it still going on. And another person asked, do I think all this drama is going to continue? I think it is going to continue for a little while longer, but I don't think it's going to continue forever. With new people on the board. Thank you, Dee.
Thanks, Dee.
With new people on the board moving forward, things should change with less drama and hopefully people stop trying to thank you, Lisa, create drama. I know some of the people who started YouTube channels are just thriving off of all the Otter Creek drama and aren't really being helpful to the town and don't have the town's best interests. Goodness, some of these comments are funny. I'm sorry. So they don't have the town's best interests at all in their mindset.
What do you think of the new attorney? The new attorney is a far cry better than the old one. I can tell you that.
Oh, Mr. Worm was awful.
Mr. Worm.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, he made me ugh. But the new attorney is great. Yeah. She is doing her job. She is following through with everything. So I definitely applaud her and thank her for being there. She does the right thing. And that's what you need, people who do the right thing. Over and over again, you've heard that, and it's the absolute truth. If any of these people were doing the right thing, we wouldn't have the mess we have. Thank you so much. I saw the
I
name
know
go
the
by
names
so fast.
the names flew by.
Um,
Sorry if we miss you, but we see them.
we really appreciate it.
If there,
Thank you, Sonny.
if there was one thing the town of Otter Creek could do to help itself out in the future meetings, what would it be? I have an answer for that.
If
If
there's
there was
one,
one thing they should do, especially with the new attorney,
oh gosh, I have so
I
many ideas. But
well,
number one, what I want to see happen, number one, thank
thanks,
you,
Rocky.
Rocky. Pillsbury Doughboy is annoying. Agreed. Um, the one thing I think I'm going to name more than one, but
Okay,
the first thing I think they need to do is start a YouTube channel themselves to thank you,
thanks,
Jordan.
Jordan. I saw a Navy guy scroll through there. Go Army! Decided to put that in.
Y'all are so cute. Um, oh, you're making me lose my train again. To live stream the meetings from their own YouTube channel, I think going forward, either Facebook, YouTube,
For
whatever have
accountability.
you, I think they need to do that themselves. I know
Yes.
Bronson does it, the school board does it, a lot of smaller towns are doing it.
And that would kind of shut down the theater.
Yeah, that would, thank you, Larry. That would shut down a lot of the drama too if they started doing
Force.
it themselves. What was another one? I'll let you do yours now.
My biggest one,
Thank you, Sonny.
I think, is they need to clarify and restructure the written verbiage in the ordinances.
In the ordinances, yeah,
And the
absolutely.
charter.
And get it online.
Because they're using words like last night, what came up, the word shall. I mean, I know what it means, and it's an old English word, shall.
Right, yeah.
So me and her got to talking on the way, and we're like, what does shall really mean? Does it mean you have to? Or does it mean you should but don't have to? And I look it up, and even the definition is unclear. It's vague.
Well, it's
So is shall is it pressure? You must?
yes, you must. You shall do it. You're gonna do it. This is what's going on.
Because
it's just the
I
old
always
English.
thought shall.
Thank you, puzzled puzzler.
I always thought shall was just a strong recommendation. Like you really should do this.
It means you're gonna do it and you're being authoritative and it's gonna get done.
That's a word that I would
bring
into
there are so many things that need to be revamped in those ordinances for sure. And that's one of the things they need to do. Unfortunately, when you come into an office that is such a complete and utter mess, which I cannot believe the state of that office going in there. I did not expect to see what I saw. And it's just shameful that that went on so long. But when you walk into that kind of mess, it's like you got to prioritize. And that was not where we could start because there were so many boxes of paperwork all over the place, so unorganized. You have to sort it all out. Oh, what a mess. And Belinda, God bless her. She's done a great job. Thank you, Deanna, for being in there helping. It was a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But Belinda's still working on it, getting it done. And I think the future is going to be great if they could get in there, unincorporate. I see that.
Unincorporate. We are
yeah, I agree. They should. And they wouldn't have all these issues either.
Yeah.
And it's shameful too that these people want to have power for the reasons they want to have power is just, it disgusts me.
The only way that I see unincorporate happening is at first you got to have more than 50% of the town agree to it. The only way you're going to get more than 50% of the town to agree to that is if Russ and Don are not on the board, they're not in power, and then they're trying to upset the council members that are in power. Then I think everybody could get on board with unincorporating because their minions are voting for it. And then, yeah, we're for it.
I think if Russ and Don weren't in power and in the office, everything would be great and it wouldn't matter. Why would you have to unincorporate?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
It's sad that these people don't want good for the town.
They don't.
If they wanted good for the town, you would clearly see that these games wouldn't be played.
Mm-hmm.
Their behavior last night in that meeting was sad, acting like little children, throwing a temper tantrum for not getting their way. Thank you, John.
So if you have Laura Mott, Stewart, they don't come to any of the meetings, but then they show up last night because they think
That was
That was
odd.
odd.
Yeah, because
You
they
know,
thought they were going to get seated, is what I'm
I
thinking.
don't use that word often enough.
And they're running for the council again. I
Whoa,
personally,
thank you.
thank you so much. I
We
personally
love
wouldn't.
Bubba Q's too.
I love barbecues.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't vote for anybody who doesn't. Thank you,
Thank
Sonny.
you.
Wow.
Wow. Unexpected. You
Thank
guys
you.
are amazing.
Yes, you are. You're so
Wow.
amazing. Thank you, Mark. I wouldn't vote for anybody who doesn't show up to the meetings. I mean, if you're just showing up while you're on the board to collect a little check, you don't care about the
You
town.
don't.
And I can see that, and I'm not voting for you.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I know somebody said there should be an option on the ballot for
Thank you,
none
Jordan.
of the candidates.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That would be a win.
I agree in this
None.
situation.
You know, I don't even know who, like,
out of
there's
those
two seats
out of
and there's
those three
three,
running
so
with those two, I
who
don't
do you
even
not want on there the most? That's
I
what
mean,
you're saying.
which one of them I
Stewart.
what are they going to do for the town? What
Here
are
it
they
is.
going to do? Fight the whole time?
Here's the three. Don DeCon, you already know him. You know him. You got your own opinion on him, and it's accurate. 2, Laura Mott. She's a puppet. She does whatever Russell tells her to do behind the scenes. So if you like Russell and his policies, then you'll like
Right.
Laura Mott.
I mean, I asked the question when Laura was running for the county
Yes.
commissioner, what did you do for Otter Creek? I was giving her the chance
Yes.
to tell us what she did for Otter Creek.
This was on her political website.
Right.
Page.
On her website, I asked the question, what did you do for Otter Creek? I'm giving her the time. Thank you, Dan, to let me know. Thank you, Joanne. What did you do for us?
Yeah, if she can
I was
list some
giving her
things,
time,
I
and
did
she
this,
could have
this,
listed
this,
all these
right.
things. She didn't
Said
answer
nothing.
me at all.
Said nothing.
I believe she ended up blocking you for asking a question.
Yeah, she charged us.
Is that what a candidate
sabotaging
does?
her campaign? That's the only thing
Yeah,
we ever said on her
she said
page.
we sabotaged her campaign.
Only thing we did was ask her, "What did you do for Otter Creek?"
If I can't see your good works and you can't answer my questions about those, why would I vote for you?
Yeah.
Not for Mott.
If you didn't do anything good in the town, then how are you going to do anything better in the county?
Thank you, Brett.
Brett. That's a good name right there.
Right? But yeah, and Don, he's just going to argue the whole time. Yeah. I don't even understand what the purpose is. I'm shocked. Did you know that Don rooted for me to run in that election?
Right.
Thank you, Angie.
Thanks, Angie.
He even wanted me to be clerk at one time. So he's telling me I should run for the board. And then when I get there, he fights me the whole time. I don't understand what that's all about. Why are you on the board? Stay home.
That's called having two faces. You have two faces. Oh, we love you, Therese. Oh, we hate what you're doing. We love you, Therese.
Yeah,
I like Russell.
at the end of a meeting. At the end of a meeting. He's been arguing with me the whole meeting. At the end of the meeting,
you're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
What is
a little confusing.
What is the two-face? Why do you got to kiss Russell's ass? What is it about Russell?
Can you watch yourself, sir?
Sorry.
Thank you.
What is it about Russell that makes you want to engage and follow him?
I don't know. I have yet to get any good answers because I've asked those questions, and oddly enough, one person told me he's been in charge of the water forever. He knows what's going on. If you've been in charge of the water forever and it's still a mess, you don't know what's going on. You need out.
He was a plumber his whole career, but he wasn't a good plumber from what we hear. And the
That's
evidence
all I
from
ever
what I've
heard
seen in
about
the
him.
campground is he shortcuts a lot of things. He uses inferior material to get by, to try to get the product, to try to get the service done that he wants, but with inferior products. Trying to save money, put money in his pocket.
Yeah. I mean, when I worked at the post office, everybody always told me, don't ever have that guy doing any work for you. So that's all I had ever heard about him.
Too, is you don't want him doing any of your plumbing work.
Someone else was asking about the Form 6 with Russell. If he's not running in the election again, he files his Form 6 in July. I'm not sure if it's July 21st, sometime in July. I don't want to say the wrong date, but it's definitely in July. Yep, Brett got yelled at. What?
Yeah, I make mistakes. That was a mistake.
That happens a few times.
I own it.
I keep saying he's untrainable. But yeah, Russell will file his in July. If he was running for the board again,
He would have
he would
had
have
to
had to do it to be able to
on the submission
qualify.
and the qualification.
Yeah, that's the only way you could qualify is if you did your Form 6 potty mouth bread. Dirty mouth, clean
Wasn't
it up.
that bad,
Get you that Orbit gum.
There are worse words.
Well, let's save those for,
No.
you know, when you're sleeping or something. All right, what's another question? Somebody asked about Jessica and what instrument she plays. The ukulele.
How did I handle Russ making advances? So when this happened is he pulled onto the driveway. He sends very few texts. He used to have a flip phone, so he didn't have this smartphone. So he doesn't text much. And he'll call you and then he'll come over and that's when he'll talk to you. But he was sitting in the driveway in his truck and I was standing outside his truck. So this is through the windshield of his truck, through the door of his truck. The window's down, he's talking. And and I don't even remember how the subject came up. I'm sure he didn't just come right out with it. I'm sure we were talking about things and he's like, oh, by the way, you should get your wife to do some services. I don't remember the exact verbiage he said. But he wanted some,
that makes me nauseous every time I
oral services.
Hear it.
And I said, she ain't gonna do that. And why would you be asking me something like that? I mean, I said, first, she ain't gonna do that. And why would you even be asking me something like that? Why don't you go ask her? And he said, well, she'll do anything you tell her to do. Like, well, you don't know her very well. You don't know her at all.
For real. Oh, yeah. That was
actually the last time we had a private conversation, I think. Well, that was the last time we had anything to say.
And I've always heard that about that man.
All the green tongues.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah. I hope y'all didn't lose your lunch, dinners, or whatever. I'm so sorry. It's a very nasty thought. Ugh.
What else you got there in the notes?
We were talking about me and Jessica playing the ukulele, which I still need to get one. I gotta look.
Yeah, we went back to the schoolhouse to try to secure hers, and they were all given out. So
yep, they all went to the kids at Christmas in the Creek. I'm glad they got them. So a bunch of kids are playing the ukulele, but I still need to get one. So I have to get shopping and get one. Somebody else was saying something about the person parking in the handicap parking last night.
Yeah. She was parked right in the handicap spot. I didn't catch that.
I mean, I don't know if she has a handicap placard or not. I didn't check.
I don't know.
But I don't know. That whole situation.
Does mentally handicapped count?
I don't know. But that whole situation is just ridiculous. When's the last time John's been to a meeting, first off? I couldn't tell you that. It's been a while since I've seen John attend a meeting.
Yeah.
Michelle hasn't been to the meeting. She was only there for one reason.
Now, something is weird because people have been talking about while John's watching the girl in the car, the baby, why is he parked in the car right outside? Why can't he watch Haley at home?
Harley.
Why can't you watch Harley at home? Why do you have to watch her and sit her in the baby seat for hours?
I don't know. I think something's wrong. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Jen.
With having a kid sit in a car seat for so many hours.
Yeah,
I don't understand that at all.
And we don't understand why there's like
the whole situation to me is alarming.
Law enforcement seems to be very.
I don't know what's going on with the law enforcement. I didn't understand that at all.
My personal experience with the law enforcement in the campground in the 6 years I called maybe 5 times, and I think all those calls were in the first 2 years I had it. And I'm calling on residents. We had one guy was shooting a gun out the window of his Class C because he thinking he hears somebody. He should have been Baker acted, and later was Baker acted at another campground. Months later, and now he's in jail. Well, why does it take so long?
Yeah, when he came out, they said, "Oh, we can't do anything."
Yeah,
and that's crazy. I mean, somebody could have gotten seriously hurt.
Right.
I don't understand the way they handle things. Thank you, Juliet.
I don't. It's crazy.
Sorry for the nightmares.
So,
yeah, the Hudson mentality definitely needs to come back.
Right.
So,
And all the
Let's
people
go,
that were in the meeting
ladies.
last night, when we walked in there, I was surprised how many were in there. I didn't see that many people going in. But again, we were trying to
Yeah,
figure out
there
the
is way too
camera
much
and
going
a lot
on.
was going on. Yeah.
I've got to even watch the playback again. There's so many things, the more you watch it, that you see.
That you catch.
Even when I was running the meetings, when you're so like focused, you miss a lot of the different
Yeah.
things. And I'd go back and watch the meetings.
Yeah, there was something I caught when Lynette was trying to talk. Don, behind Russell's back, was trying to hush her. He was doing his hand like this, like shh.
Yeah, it's
He's
strange.
like,
All the little puppet masters in the
yeah, all
room,
the
just
little. Why don't you just get up and
unbelievable.
walk
Just
over
like
and say, "Shut up"?
when Russell's gonna throw his tantrum and walk out, he's got to
Yeah.
get his little leash for Don, his little
Come on,
invisible. Come
Don,
on,
let's
Don,
go.
it's time to go.
Just,
I mean, it's just such silliness. The town deserves better. That's all. I mean,
I
seriously.
really wish Tallahassee, the governor's office, the attorney general's office, would.
Thanks, Jen.
I really wish they would intervene. They would come down here and just either take out the town or take out the disruptors.
Something, because that's dysfunctional.
It's dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional on every level there.
So we're going to wrap this up. Do you have any real quick questions before we wrap this up? We don't want.
And the other
this
thing
to go
somebody
too
was
long.
saying is that we need to get that
Yeah, the
stabilizer.
gimbal, the stabilizing holder for
Thank
the
you,
camera.
Tammy.
We're looking at those. We have older phones, so
I know.
the
We got
ones
to
we're
consider
finding,
doing a phone upgrade. Do we
Right.
do a phone upgrade? What do we get? I know another thing we're also looking at is getting a drone camera for when we go to Alaska.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out what's a good drone camera to get. So we're new at this and
Yeah.
we have a lot of things we need to, I guess, get. So we have that on the list to check out, possibly upgrading the phones, getting the stabilizer, getting a drone camera. Of course, the ukulele's on the list.
Yeah. So
Need to check in all those things, and maybe those cute little finger puppets.
yeah.
I used to have these little hand stuff, and I drove everybody nutty with them. And
we
so
got the otter
I got
duck.
rid of
We
them.
got the otter duck from Carl yesterday.
Yeah, Carl, thank you so much.
So-
Gave us the otter duck we'll be traveling with.
Correct.
He's so cute.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and say la vie. We appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget What the Hell's 5:30. We're going to go check it out ourselves, see what Tammy's got to say. We enjoy you guys being with us. Thank you for the super chats, and y'all have a great evening. We love y'all.
All right, thank you. Love you guys. Talk to y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.